Should we do hi guys? Right. Okay. We're doing the old live streams on defending Elvis Presley. Hi guys. So England has become overcast. It's cooled down. I need a shave. I'm a bit scruffy. Got my baggy trousers on again. So I'm making the most of this morning. I struggle with times where I can do lives, as you know, because I always tell you. I'm trying to squeeze in a little bit here, bit there. But this morning, my wife had two things. She had to take Tino to his little football thing that he meets his cousin there. It's Aurora's brother's daughter called Albiana. So I knew I could do one then. I could do one early in the morning, which I did. I've just done one now. Hi Deborah. I've just done one now. All of them Priscilla related. So now I can do some dog walks. So my plan is to do 3 short lives, dog walks. So I want to do one now for half an hour to quickly discuss what we spoke about this morning. Then I want to do a keto live, and then I'll probably do a short one on the Elvis Presley long lost footage. So we're starting off on defending Elvis Presley. Defending Elvis Presley is obviously mainly about defending. We are an Elvis channel as well, so we will discuss other topics, but I will admit to Joanne, we are very much positioned in a defending Elvis against the lies of Priscilla phase on defending Elvis Presley. We really are on it with Priscilla at the moment. It all started to me once Priscilla received the Memphis Award. Well, it's not a Memphis Award, is it? It's a Nashville, Tennessee Award. The one that Elvis got in 1961. Once Priscilla got that, I think that did a lot of damage because what it is, it boosted Priscilla as receiving a Memphis Award. That annoyed me, and I think since I've been annoyed since that day, then we had the bad Newheim visit, where Elvis's home that he rented was whilst he served his country in 1959. So that and the hugging of the statue, this thing, it's all over social media now. Is some kind of app that can do computer-generated AI sort of images of people hugging and kissing, doesn't it? And one of them was done with the statue hugging Priscilla, and that really annoyed me because it sends out a message that Elvis and Priscilla were still in love when Elvis died, even though they had divorced 4 to 5 years before he died, and even though they were very unhappy. Oh, the wind. They were very unhappy, weren't they? So that image itself. Hi, Lasika. Lasika, we haven't seen you on for ages. So that image itself annoyed me. And the bad Newheim visit annoyed me. The visit that Priscilla has in Germany, and then obviously you've got the interview that was sent that we found. Someone had secretly recorded the interview on the stage in Germany. Just the way that Priscilla is sitting there portraying herself as Elvis's wife, portraying herself as if she had done nothing wrong and that they were really happy and they had great times and the romance was beautiful. Priscilla portraying herself as a widow that has lost her husband, that still loves him, still wants to be buried with him, and keeps saying that he's the love of her life. It's all a game, guys. It's all a game that she's playing. It's almost like, I'll just make sure there's no cars coming. It's almost like she's a parrot, Priscilla, yeah? It's almost like what she's trying to do is just keep repeating the same lies over and over again wherever she goes, in any country, wherever the event, repeating the same stuff, answering the same questions, controlling the narrative. The narrative is always... Hi, Lasika, yeah. The narrative is always the same. Me and Elvis were really happy. We loved life together. We met age 14 in 1959. Everything was great. We were together for 14 years. And it only went wrong when Elvis was unfaithful and took drugs. It's always the same story. Admitting that Elvis was unfaithful. It's so far from the truth. The true story of Elvis and Priscilla is very, very different. Now, you've all heard it before, haven't you guys? Thanks, Lasika. I'm having some good walks today. The true story of the relationship between Elvis and Priscilla is that the whole romance really was a farce. The whole romance was a joke. Elvis was seeing other people. Priscilla was seeing other people. It was a fake marriage that was forced on Elvis. There's a possibility that Elvis was blackmailed. All of my opinions are for entertainment purposes, just opinions. Desiree, as you say, Priscilla has got away with rewriting history and no one is disagreeing with her. Right, let me get past these people. Has anyone ever heard... Has anyone ever heard anyone disagree with Priscilla? Seriously. I put it to you now. In the last 20 years, has anyone ever disagreed with Priscilla? Has anyone ever questioned Priscilla and said, I think you're lying. You're not telling us the truth? Has anyone ever disagreed with her comments? Has anyone ever stopped Priscilla and said, were you unfaithful? I'm on about in the last 20 years. I know that in the early 80s, she admitted a couple of things. I think she admitted the Mike Stone affair. Nothing else. Now my question to you guys here on this dog walk, on this live stream, is why has no one ever questioned Priscilla and disagreed with her and picked out her remarks and said, well, hang on a minute, that actually didn't happen. Yeah, Debbie, I would like to stop her and ask her a few things, yeah? My point is, let's try and understand why. Priscilla has been interviewed again and again, all over the world, all through the decades. Let's start from the 90s. The 90s, the noughties, the 10s, the 20s. Soon it'll be the 30s. They all ask the same questions. Oh, were you 14? Was Elvis unfaithful? Did Elvis have a drug problem? Was Elvis overweight? Did Elvis have eating problems? Did Elvis have a temper? It's all the same bullshit we keep hearing again and again. She doesn't really have to say much, does she? She just nods her head. Now, is there a possibility that the reason none of these interviewers ask serious questions is because before she walks into the room where she's going to be interviewed, they have signed something promising not to ask questions, promising not to disagree with her? How many of you here think that before Priscilla walks into an interview anywhere, could be Sky News, CNN, Australian news, Canadian news, British news, How many of you here believe that before they walk in the room, they are told they cannot question Priscilla about anything she doesn't want questioned? She doesn't, has any of you here ever heard Priscilla talk about ex-girlfriends? Yep, we know about the Terry Wogan interview. He questioned her in 1985. He questions her, why did you write the book? He questions her about Lisa. How does Lisa feel about the book? But other than that, there's not that much said by Terry. Terry is good. He does ask a few things. But that's 1985. I've just said, in the last 20 years, I could even say 30 years. In the last 30 years, because I know in the early 80s, Priscilla wasn't so well practiced on what to say. In the early 80s, people could catch her out a little bit. But as she gets into the 90s, things change. She has a plan. I think initially in the 90s, she tried to act like her and Elvis were not together, like she was trying to forget her past. When she's with Marco Garibaldi, when Navarone is a small child, she distances herself a bit from Elvis. But once Navarone gets a bit older, she retakes on the new mantle of, I'm the reason Elvis is remembered. I'm the person that saved Graceland. I'm the person that it was my idea to do the Living Museum, which is all a lie, yeah? But this is my point, guys. Now, when she's being questioned in any country, why does no one have the guts to doubt what she says? To expose that she is just repeating a story like a parrot. She's repeating the same stuff over and over again. The same questions in every country, any interviewer, whether it be on a tabloid, in a magazine, on a TV interview, in a biography, in a documentary, on a movie like Sofia Coppola's movie, or even with the Piers Morgan interview. Piers Morgan literally spends the whole of the interview telling her how great she is, treating her like she is Mrs. Presley, treating her like they were still married when Elvis died, treating her like they were deeply in love at the time of Elvis's death. Get it? Hi, Liam. Just having a walk, mate. We've done 3 lives today already. So my question to you guys is, why is it? Yeah, he was, Debbie. But my question to you is, how has she got away with having so many interviews, probably hundreds of interviews, and never has anyone questioned her and said to her, oh, by the way, were you unfaithful? Oh, by the way, what happened in the divorce settlements? Oh, by the way, why did you put Lisa Marie into Scientology? Oh, by the way, did you used to send Lisa Marie off to summer camp so you could pursue your modeling career? You get it? Are you the reason Graceland was saved? Are you the reason the Living Museum was set up? Was it your idea? You see, no one has questioned these things. Priscilla will sit there and go, oh yes, I was never going to let Gracelands be sold. I will not let that happen. When the truth is, the worst case scenario is that Memphis City were going to step in. They were always going to preserve it. It was never going to be broken up. The Living Museum idea had already been thought up. They were already had done plans to do it. But Priscilla jumps on the bandwagon and takes all credit for it. So this morning, we did 3 live streams. We've been discussing a researcher's comments. So I'm trying to read the comments, guys. I can't read long comments because it only gives me 3 seconds. So what is the main purpose of the live streams this morning was to discuss how we defend and expose Priscilla. Now, I've always said I want to do it as fairly as possible. That's all right, Liam. I've always said let's do it as fairly as possible with Priscilla. Let's not accuse her of crazy things. Well done, Clayton. Bit of exercise is good. We had a little discussion about my views on Priscilla, Lisa Marie passing. My other view was on I'm trying to find a way without Team Elvis engaging in saying things that to me are just so out there and crazy that we just look like we are haters. It's very hard to run a Defending Elvis Presley channel. My hair is a mess. It's very hard to run a Defending Elvis Presley channel that exposes so much of the wrongdoing of Priscilla without coming across as a Priscilla hate channel. So this is why I'm quite, when people are saying very extreme things, I'm like, come on guys, let's at least say things that are believable. This is why the first 2 lives I did this morning, a few of you may not like what I was saying. I was basically saying I don't accept very, very extreme views. If they, you know, I'm not even going to say what they are because I don't want to mention them on this live. But if people are saying very, very extreme views that to me are just pure hate, I don't really want to talk about them because I just think I don't believe them. I don't agree with it. So we did some lives. Oh, it's windy. We did some lives. I didn't realise it was this cold, guys. We did some lives just discussing how we're going to defend. We discussed some of Andrew's comments. Now, Andrew, his opinion is very much... Andrew Morenin feels that Priscilla and Elvis were always in love. No matter all the bad things that happened, they were still in love. I don't agree. Andrew thinks that... Really, Andrew is saying that he thinks Priscilla always regretted leaving Elvis. Now, I will, on that point, I will say there probably were times when Priscilla felt like she made a mistake, yeah? So that she wanted to go back. I do think that is possible, yeah? Andrew's pretty good mind. He's exposing all the wrongdoing of Priscilla. He's exposing her life, the decisions she made. And overall, generally, I quite like Andrew's research. I don't agree with his views on Priscilla, I don't. But I do agree with many of the other things that he says. Right, we're going to swap over now, guys. Hurrah! We're going to swap over now, guys. We're going to go on to... let me just walk down. Before we swap over, I'm going to walk down here because it's a bit cold. I was going to walk for longer, but it's a bit cold. So I don't want to walk for too long. Let's have a look. Let me get down here. So, right, we're on the little dog walk path. So we're going to go over to Elvis Presley Fan on Keto. So guys, we've done 3 very good lives this morning. All of them an hour long each. I think you'll enjoy them. Please don't be offended by anything I've said. Please try and see that I am trying to be as fair as possible. I want to defend Elvis and Lisa and the bloodline in a way that is believable, acceptable, and that looks at both sides of the story. I'm trying to see both sides of the story, but obviously I defend Elvis. So you get what I'm saying, guys. Okay, we're over to Elvis Presley Fan on Keto now. I'm going to switch over right now to Elvis Presley Fan on Keto. We're going to talk about the diet. We're going to talk about being healthy.